Hello everyone, I'm Vampirefan 1992 as usual, and here are my thoughts on the Lighthouse movie from Netflix. When I first heard the news about this movie happening, I was actually quite excited since, as a Lighthouse fan, it was going to be quite fun for the Lighthouse universe to be explored more in the movie with the Scotland setting, and even give the fans a chance to see their favorite characters in a magnificent adventure and potentially go deeper into their stories and relationships. And when I had first watched it on Netflix during its release date, I actually liked it for being a fun adventure with the Loud family, while also giving Lincoln the respect he always wanted in the show, as the movie was like a fun Loud House story that the fans and anyone can enjoy. But over the 4 years after the movie was released on Netflix, my thoughts on the Lighthouse movie had started to change, as I had looked back at this movie multiple times, and when I rewatched it, I also definitely started to see how extremely flawed the movie is, and even how it doesn't feel like what the Lighthouse is truly all about, unfortunately. And why is that, you may ask? Well, for starters, the Lighthouse movie doesn't seem to do a good job on understanding and portraying the usual Lighthouse characters we all know and love. Most notably with Lincoln going from an egotistical strategist but kind-hearted child who cares for his friends and family, to a whiny and selfish brat who would put his wants and needs over his family and friends, like the titular character from seasons 4 to 6 of Johnny Test, and his family, maybe except for Lily, all not doing that much in this movie, but just for show, appearance, and fan service of always loving Lincoln for who he is, no matter what. Especially when I get a huge feeling that Lily is mainly just an excuse for the filmmakers to have a cuteness factor in the movie, since that's mainly what she does in the movie, besides being Lincoln's sidekick. I do love Lincoln and Lily and their voice actors, but like I said, it seems that this movie doesn't do a good job with handling the Lighthouse characters we all know and love. Also, the plotline of this movie is mainly just flat out predictable, since it rips off the plotline for the season 1 Lighthouse episode Making the Case, with Lincoln being heartbroken over being stuck in his sister's shadows, Rugrats in Paris, the movie at times, with the fish out of water dynamic of a family in a foreign location to drive the plot and highlight character development, and even better movies with the "you are special no matter what others say" moral, like the first Wreck-It Ralph movie, the first Shrek movie, and even the first Lego movie from 2014. Even most of the songs in this movie feature a lot of auto-tune at times, and is mainly trying way too hard to be like Disney most of the time. The humor is also mostly weak, like the duking and Scotland jokes. The animation and character designs both feel quite mediocre most of the time, as it wasn't even from the same animation company that worked on the Lighthouse before, and that Morag is such a weak villain in this movie, as she definitely makes King Magnifico from Disney's Wish look like a much better villain in comparison. At least he did a much better job on being the bad guy than Morag did. Though the main redeeming qualities I do have for the Lighthouse movie are the joke with Bobby and his bike helmet, as it even had a decent setup, the voice acting being great as usual, the ending being quite good and heartwarming at best, Angus and his voice acting being done by Doctor Who veteran David Tennant, and most notably, despite its inconsistencies and plot holes at times, the Life is Better Loud sequence was actually pretty done and heartwarming to start off the Lighthouse movie. Also, David Needham, the director of the La House movie, would actually have better luck with directing another animated direct-to-streaming movie based on another popular Nickelodeon animated TV show known as Plankton the Movie from SpongeBob SquarePants. I may not be a fan of the SpongeBob spin-off media, but Plankton the Movie is actually pretty fun and is much more of a SpongeBob movie than the Sandy Cheeks spin-off movie. Plus, if anything, I would rather watch the La House movie over a La House Christmas or any of the other live-action La House media, since at least the La House movie feels more like the La House at times than the live-action La House media, and that's definitely saying something right there. Though regardless, after the Casa Grandes movie and No Time to Spy, a La House movie, the La House movie is now living and stuck in the shadows of the fame and success for both the Casa Grandes movie and No Time to Spy at the same time. To conclude, while the La House movie does have its moments at times, at the same time, it doesn't feel like a true La House movie most of the time. You're better off just watching the animated La House show, the Casa Grandes movie, and No Time to Spy instead. This is Vampirefan 1992, like always, and as usual, thanks for bringing me back on your show, La House Critic. So long, everyone. Now I'm off to watch the Casa Grandes movie and No Time to Spy again.